Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're continuing on with this companion pattern, and I've got a request for an earring, so I made this little earring to go with it. And I think it's so easy and it's so fast, and I think it goes just so beautifully. It's like a nice size. I didn't get to show you up close this particular watch band, so this one is in the black to go with the necklace, and this watch face has like a little marcasite on it, and they're actually all the same brand. It's called Geneva, and they're really kind of cool watch faces. So I'm gonna put I got this on Etsy, and I'll put a link to the Etsy site, and you can check out. They have a ton of watch faces, and they're really, some of them are really pretty and look antique. So this, I love this one. I'm really thrilled with this. So anyway, we're going for the earring today. So let me just move this up a little bit. So here's the earring. Simple. Here's one in green. I made a pair in this Cyclamen Opal color. I love this color. Isn't that pretty? They're really cute and really, like I said, easy, fast, and you know, you don't have to make all these pieces and be, you know, head to toe in companion pieces. You know, like pick a couple that you like. Like I would just love the earring and the bracelet together. I think that makes such a pretty you know, combination. So, you know, just so you have, you know, I get lots of requests to do pieces, you know, in one pattern, several different types of pieces, and I'm happy to do it. So I'm going to clear this off. We'll get a materials list going, and we'll get started on this little earring. Okay, let's get a materials list going. So you'll need some 4mm pearls, some 4mm bicones, and don't forget to check your stash for this. You don't need a lot. If you have the Eureka Crystal Beads Magic Forest collection, you have 5 packs of bicones, 20 each. I have 2 out here, and these, you only need 16 to make a pair of earrings, so you got 5 pairs of earrings there. You need a 2mm Firepolished bead, or you can use 2 11-0s wherever I use a Firepolished bead. Some 11-0 seed beads, a few 15-0 seed beads, a 3mm bicone, a little stop bead, size 10 beading needle, 8-pound Fireline, and you need an ear wire, which I forgot to put out, so here I'll put this out. So you need some ear wires. There you go. So gather up your materials and we'll get started. Okay, let's get started. So thread your needle with about 30 inches of thread. Put on a stop bead around halfway, you know, through. So 15 inches on one side, 15-ish on the other. Put on my needle and dropping down to my stop bead, 2 bicones and 2 pearls. I'm going to sew those into a circle. Just going to go through all the beads again. Oops. Here we go. You want to come past your tail and your stop bead through this bicone, through the next bicone, like that. I'm just going to hold my piece like this. So now I'm going to pick up a 2mm, 2 bicones, and a pearl. Just like that. Exiting this bicone, I'm going to sew through this pearl. That's what I have. I'll pull in this direction. So skip the 2mm and sew through the bicone. Sew through the next bicone. So we're just moving our thread now. Turn your piece and up through this pearl. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there and then we'll continue. Let's continue. So pick up 1 pearl and 2 bicones, exiting this pearl. Sew through the other side. It's like that. Pick up a 2mm, sew through this one. Pick up 2 bicones, exiting that top pearl there. Sew through this pearl and this pearl. So on the, sort of on the diagonal there. You're skipping that 2mm, kind of sewing in the back of it, just past it. And that's going to put our unit on, like that. Exiting the purl, just sew through this bicone with your needle and thread. Pick up an 11/0. Put on 11/0 in this one corner. Pick up a 2mm. Put on a 2mm right there. 11/0 in the corner. $2mm, 11/0 in the corner. Just sew through this 2 and the bicone. So we're just placing some beads on for connecting. 11/0 in the corner. And a 2 right here. Sewing through the bicone, the 11/0. This bicone and out this 2. Alright, so I'm just going to let you get to this point and then we'll continue. Okay, so we're going to add our embellishment now. So pick up 5 11/0s. You're exiting this 2mm, sew through this one. And I want you to keep your piece nice and fluid. I don't want you to pull tight on anything. Just let the beads sit nicely. Okay, the tension is very important. So I'm picking up 5. Especially when you're doing such a simple piece. I mean, everything is noticeable when it's so simple. So you really want to make sure your tension is good. It's nice and fluid. You don't want it super tight. If you pull it super tight, it's going to buckle. Okay, so I'm putting my 5 on, sewing through the next. And notice how I'm not pulling tight. I'm just pulling it a little bit. Like that. Pick up 5. You got it. Do the same thing. Do that one more time and then we'll continue. Okay, so this side is done, so I'm just going to leave this needle on for the moment and just turn it around. I took off my stop bead and I threaded my other needle. Now you can switch to a smaller needle here if you want, if it's easier to get through. It's not like the beads are full, it's just that we have a lot of angles. So on this one I'm exiting, just make sure it's the purl. Okay, so I'm exiting the purl. I'm just going to sew through the bicone. I'm just going to move my needle to a 2mm. So I'm going through this bicone, like that. This 11/0. This bicone, and this 2mm. So I just moved my thread over to here. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up 5 of my 11/0s. And I'm going to sew through the 2mm, the next 2mm. So I'm really essentially just doing the same thing I did on the other side, only I'm just using the tail thread. So you want to push these over because they're going to want to pop on the other side. So when I pull it, see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Right now I'm a little loose on front and back, but that's okay. So pick up 5. I don't like that guy. There we go. Sew through the next 2mm, like that. Make sure you push them over the edge there so that they sit nicely. See, they should kind of sit like that. So do that 2 more times and then come on back and we'll continue. Okay, we're back. So I've covered both front and back and it should look just like this. Your bead should be on nice and evenly and it shouldn't be like curving too much. You want to keep it as straight as possible. Just want to make sure. So I'm coming out of this 2mm on either side. So you can use the other side, you can use the thread on this side. I just want to sew through bicone and 11/0 like that. Okay, just to situate my thread. We can sew that other thread in later. Okay, so I'm going to pick up 3 11/0s, a 3mm bicone, 3/11, a 3mm bicone, and 4/11. So this is what I have on my needle. I'm going to pull in a little bit. So we're exiting this seed bead. I'm just going to drop those down, and I'm going to actually make the little loop for my ear wire right now. Why not? So here, so let me just show you. Try to keep it on the mat. So here's I'm exiting these 4. So I'm just going to go back up the same 4 like that. I'm looping around like that. Going to keep pulling. See how it's kind of, just going to pull, pull, pull till it goes around all the way like this. See? And so my thread is exiting right here. I'm just going to sew through the bicone right here. Right? That's all you want to do right now. So this is what I have. Let me put it down. All right, so you know what I'll do? I'll wait to continue in case you need to get that sort of that motion down. Okay, so I'm exiting that little bicone. I picked up 3/11, a bicone, and 3/11. It's going to sew through this one. And you see how that puts on that little loop. We're going to get back to that little loop, and we'll also sew that guy in. So here I just went through that 11/0. Now I'm just going to advance my needle all the way around the unit. Might be a little bit tricky to get through, like I said, because the angles are so tight. Okay, so there. So just keep coming all the way around. I switched to a size 11 beading needle, and that is making it pretty easy for me to get through. So keep going. Just go through one bead at a time. Through this one. Through the bicone. The 2mm. And can we get through the bicone? Yes. My needle's bending a little bit, but it's the pony beading needles. Alright, so now I'm going to work my way up. So through the 3/11, the bicone, 3/11, and the bicone, like that. This is exactly how it should look. I want you to sew up one of the 11/0. So as we're exiting, right here, I'm going to pick up a 15/0. Sew it, put it on right there. I'm going to pick up another 15/0. Going to sew through the next 11/0. So you're just putting a 15/0 between each 11/0. I'm going to pick up a 15/0. Sew through this 11/0 right here, like that. So you see I have my little loop on now, and then straight down through the bicone, the 3/11 and the bicone, through this, excuse me, and then the bicone, okay. Like that. Come on, you. Ouch. There you go. I'm always doing that. So you're just going to, at this point, you're just going to make a few half-hitch knots, and then you're going to come back, and we'll put the ear wire on. Okay, we're done. So that's it. Cute, huh? I like the way it kind of curves. It almost looks a little Art Deco in this form. So here's my little opening. Choose the side that you like the best, but be consistent because the one side might be slightly different than the other. Just going to, oops, pop my earring on my wire. So of course I've opened my wire, and I'm going to close it up. Now just a little tip on when you open and close an ear wire. A lot of times, like you might, you'll finish everything and you'll put the earring on and all of a sudden it's going twisting that way. That is not, it is 99% of the time it's the way you put the ear wire on. So just make sure your ear wire is on nice and straight. And there we have it. There's our cute little earring. We have two-sided earring. Here are those three. This could be a cute little pendant, right? And here are the other earrings. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We're just having fun with this stitch, aren't we? So just a little update. The bead embroidery piece is going to be a bracelet because I figure, well, one, I got more votes on the bracelet, and two, with the bracelet, you can make a pendant or a brooch because it's all part of making the bracelet. So we're going to make a bracelet, and it's going to be a series. And you don't have to have the Eureka collection to make it. All you have to do is have your bead embroidery materials. So I'm not sure if it's going to be, it won't be before the holidays, but I'm not sure if it'll be right after, let's say, Christmas or after New Year's when we start. But it's going to be something that's going to be added onto my videos. It's not going to be like we're going to work on it straight. We'll probably have like a video a week on it, along with my other videos as well. So you can have that piece, because that's going to take a long time. It's not something like, oh God, I need to make this for, for a birthday gift, and, the person's birthday is a week away. No, this is going to be like a project that you're going to, work over time and just do it really slowly and relaxing. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.